What up you guys, my name is Allyn, they call me Lean, and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I will be doing a first impressions of The Ordinary's coverage foundation. This is kind of my first impressions of focusing on one product. So if there's some glitches, please bear with me. We're super excited for these, mainly because I waited like 5 ever to order these. These were sold out for months, and now that I have my hands on it, I just can't wait. Before I go on to kind of document my first impression on this foundation, I do have to mention how much this actually costs. I know whenever you see something like this, sometimes we all assume it's like expensive, but guess what? It's only $6.70, and a lot of times foundations, even at the drugstore, cost an average of $10, $12, which is insane. Like, the drastic price changes get so overwhelming to where we're just like, oh, how can I afford this? But I love that this is less than even $7, and the best part, this is animal friendly, and the label here, it actually says it on animals, so this is a plus for me. Yeah, now I'm gonna go back and show you guys my day with this foundation. So obviously, as you saw, I already prepped my face, did my eyeshadow, well, started my eyeshadow, and I wanted to just jump right into the foundation that I will be doing a first impressions on. And now for the big reveal, boom. Here I have the Ordinary Colors Coverage Foundation, High Coverage Foundation Formula. I actually picked up 2 different shades because I bought these online, so I wasn't sure what shade I was, so I got it in the shade 2.1Y, which is a medium yellow undertone. And I also got it in the 3.0Y, which is medium dark yellow undertones, because you know your girl has yellow undertones, so I got these 2 because the number in between was like a reddish undertone, or I think pinkish undertone, so I didn't want to bother buying it. Now this is the packaging. The box is pretty matte, pretty small, pretty sleek, which I really like. And now for me to open these, if I could open them. This is a 2.1Y, and this is, if I can open this, the 3.0Y. I actually already swatched these ahead of time, but I'm just going to show you guys anyways. This is how the shades look like. This is the 3.0Y, and if this could even pump, oops. This one is the 2.1Y. So if you could see here, 2.1Y, and that's the 3.0. I know this is a hand swatch, but I actually already previously swatched these on my face, so the one I will be using today is the 3.0Y. Before I start applying the foundation, I must say I love the packaging of this foundation. As you can see, it's a plastic container, which I like. Usually with foundations, a lot of them come, if not in tube, glass containers, and sometimes those glass containers are not travel friendly, and this packaging to me screams travel friendly, which I really like. One thing I also love about this is the pump. And I mean, there's a lot of foundations that come up with pumps, but there are still a selective few foundations that don't come up with this feature or have this feature at all. And to me, this is a plus, especially because you know, you can pump up as much foundation as you want without wasting so much product. And I also love how this is matte. Like, I just love the feeling of this. It feels so smooth. I also love how the label is. It's pretty minimalistic, pretty simple, but also straight to the point. And the one thing I also love about this packaging, as if you could see here, if I can zoom it, or probably not, it actually says directions on how to use this foundation, and which I believe is super good, mainly because if you're a beginner with makeup, a lot of times, you know, like, you might not know how to apply particular things, and I love how they have direction on this, because it says a lot, you know, that they did take their time to make sure, like, if you were to purchase a product from them, they want you to know how to exactly use this. And I don't know, I just love everything about this packaging, and this is just everything. Now what I'm going to do is apply the foundation, and I'm actually going to pump one for now, and then I'm just going to put dots all over my face. I'm going to take a Real Techniques beauty sponge, and what I'm going to do is just blend the foundation all over my face. As you can see from one pump, this is blending pretty well. I mean, I might have to use another pump to cover my acne scars, but so far this isn't too bad. I will say though, this foundation seems to be the buildable foundation, so if you're a person that wants light coverage, you can do that. I'm going to apply one more pump. So after 2 pumps, this is how my face looked like. I know from the viewfinder it looks pretty covered, but from me, from like my side anyway, I know I still have to add some concealer under my eyes and some of my acne scars because my scars are just really dark. But overall, in terms of like the feeling of it, I like it because it's not heavy, and in fact it feels like I just applied moisturizer, which is kind of interesting. But so far I kind of like this. I like this. So now I'm going to move forward, apply my concealer, highlighter, blush, etc, and finish up. So now with my blush, highlighter, bronzer, setting powder, etc, this is how my face looks like. It is 1:20 right now, and I will be documenting throughout the day to see how my skin reacts with this foundation. So I actually wanted to show you guys a close-up of how my face looks like. As I mentioned to you guys, from the viewfinder it looked more clear, but as you could see close up, you could see my imperfections. Maybe I feel like if I put a 3rd pump, it would have gave me more of a fuller coverage. I know the foundation looks a bit light, but I want to say that's mainly because of the powder I'm using. I know I should you know, be using something a little lighter, but right now I've been using the RCMA No Color powder, and I'm noticing that my face looks a little whiter or a little washed out, even though some foundations that I've been using are my exact color. And the reason why I'm using that powder is because I'm trying to finish up my makeup so that way I can repurchase it, because I don't want to like have a bunch of makeup and just not have it used at all. But yeah, so far in terms of like the feeling of the foundation, I actually do like it. I want to say that it's very lightweight considering that it's supposed to be like a fuller coverage foundation, and a lot of times if foundations are fuller coverage, they tend to be more heavier. So yeah, this is what my face looks like, and by the way, it's 1:20 as I mentioned, so you'll see the progress throughout the day, but this is how my face looks like. So you guys, it's 6:12, I'm parked by the way, and this is how my face looks like. All I did was retouch with like adding kind of like a translucent powder, but so far makeup looks pretty decent, I guess. I know my skin isn't perfect, which is why you notice a bunch of bumps, but from far away it looks good, and I guess it's alright so far. But I mean, I've had this on for about, I don't know, like 5-6 hours, and I was like filming and running around my house, like, you know, editing and doing little things like cleaning and stuff, but I guess it looks pretty good. Just filming in another lighting, as you can see. This is the my makeup, still intact. So it is 9:30 and I'm actually in my bathroom because this has like the best lighting and you can pretty much see everything that's going on my face. And this is how my face looks like. I actually just got back from eating out with a few of my friends from high school. We reunited and ate at Kick and Crab, and Kick and Crab is kind of like a seafood place. The concept of it is like they serve seafood in baggies and they throw in some corn or sausage, whatever you like in it, and they mix it with like various spices and ingredients, all that good stuff. But anyway, so I just wanted to update you guys. I'm about to take off my makeup. Before I do that, I wanted to show you the final result of me wearing this for about like 10 hours. I would say it's been 10-11 hours for the most part, but overall I would say my foundation did stay on. I mean, I didn't blot at all when I left, and mind you, it was pretty humid outside. I do see some oiliness around my nose, but that is not a surprise to me. I'm oily around my nose area regardless of whatever foundation I use. It just so happens to get really oily there. I don't know why. I could see a little dewiness here, but it's not anything like, oh my god, like I'm oily. It just could tell, well, you could just see that it's been hot outside, so I'm not really disappointed on that either. Like, for the most part, I don't look like a complete grease ball except my nose area, but overall my makeup did stay intact. I mean, my blush and highlighter still there. My bronzer has faded a little, but I will say overall the makeup did kind of stay in place. I mean, I've had better foundations, but maybe I'll try this again. But for the most part, for the very first impression, I am actually pretty impressed. I mean, my face is still intact. I mean, I've had times where I've tried foundation and my face is just cracking. Other times my blush is gone or my highlighter is gone. So, I mean, this, for it being what it is, I mean, I'll give it a few tries. Maybe apply another amount of foundation, but overall I think it's not bad, especially for $6.70. I mean, you can't really beat that. And now I'm out of my bathroom. I'm in my room, and I just wanted to show with you guys in a different lighting. I mean, and it's not so bright. I mean, it is nighttime, but overall my face is okay, I guess. So I blotted my face just around my nose area to end this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed my first ever first impressions video. First ever first impressions product video. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave some love down below, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Of course, if you don't already, follow me on all my social media handles. They all have the same username, and my username for my Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter is Allyn, which is UHLEENTOTHE. So I'm gonna end this first impression video with a happy note, and thank you guys again. Until next time, it's been real, and I'll see you soon. Bye.